Sorry, I just had a message come through on the top. You know, they throw you messages all the time now. It's like playing a tennis game. All right, you know how I feel about technology. It's like a little overwhelming at times. And that's why kids act out. They get sucked into it and they get brainwashed by it and they freak out when you take it away. So that's not good, right? My grandson's out of control. I'm gonna have a big discussion with this little second grader. Yeah, he got so aggressive about not having his, I don't know, iPad, whatever, that he broke into the cabinet where they locked it up. I'm telling you, he'll join the FBI or the CIA. He could find everything. But he has to learn his parameters, right? So I said to my daughter-in-law, I said, look, 'cause this is what I would do with the special needs students, right? Like after they did a lesson with me, or before they did a lesson with me, they would have 20 minutes on their iPod. And then when it was time for them to have a lesson with me, they would come and be with me, right? And then I'd reward them too. If they brought in their homework, they'd get some extra time. But I think you have to have parameters when it comes to technology, especially with children and their brains. They're absorbing all that radioactivity. And I said, you better have his hair tested for heavy metals. I think every kid that has aggressive tendencies, and even a dad has aggressive bullying tendencies, they both need to have their hair analyzed and checked for minerals. Because you probably have a lot of lead, cadmium, mercury, God forbid. God forbid. Okay, so why are we meeting here today? This is why we're meeting here today. I'll talk to you and I'll let you look at this card at the same time. I don't know if you can really see it though. See, because can you? No, it's backwards. But see, if I go like this, I'm learning this whole camera technique now because I want to be teaching online and I have to learn how to do everything again online. Let's see. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. All right, here we go. I said I'm gonna do this water ceremony together, right? So I like the pink salt crystals. So you might want to get some pink. Let me turn this around. You might want to get some pink salt crystals, are really good quality salt. You need a pen and a paper or pencil and paper. Because you're going to be writing your name on here, and if you want, you can put your manifestations for 2026, the fire horse. Because we really haven't entered into the fire horse yet. We're really close. You could feel the energy picking up. But I also feel a lot of Capricorn energy picking up because they really feel like cleaning my house lately and all the papers in it and all the stuff. So that's good. So milk it for all you can for the first 3 weeks of January. Scott, I was telling you yesterday, right? All those planets. I will go back to calendar, but not today, okay? And then if I have to go, I'll pick up with you guys later. What do you think about this Christmas card, right? Now, my friend, she's on the other side, right? But I think it's a tripped out little card. So take a picture of that and enjoy it. All right, so we're going to do this water clearing ceremony. Okay, so I had to review it. So we need that, and we need a glass of water. It should be glass, not plastic. Probably should put more water in this. So I'm going to have to use a smaller piece of paper. All right, and then you need a tablespoon. Let's see, where's my tablespoon? Yeah, here's the tablespoon. So you're going to put 3 tablespoons of salt in the water, and you're going to start to mix it up, okay? So why don't you start getting that ready, and I'm going to get mine ready. All right. And if you just want to pay attention now and do it later, that's fine with me. And I want to show you this. Isn't this a beautiful one? I showed this last time, but today is so special. Why is it special today? It's because today is a full moon in Cancer. It's a lot of emotions coming to the surface. But you know, you need to let them come to the surface, because if they don't surface, you can't heal, right? So they have to surface. So I'm going to just start grinding away. Probably should buy some more pink salt. That's why I always like the way to Galena, Illinois, is because when you go to Galena, well, I hope they're still there. They had all these great herb shops and salt places. Like there's black salt. I mean, I was blown away. I was in the store. Wow, this might use up all my salt for the new year. You got to be strong to do this, I'll tell you. it's no twist and shout, baby. It's like grind away in the salt mines. All right, so let's see how much I did. Oh, I got this one at Trader Joe's. All right. That's always good to know where you buy things, right? All right, so it's so pretty, too. The crystals, it's so pretty to look at. Let's see how much this makes. Oh, no, it's not even a tablespoon. Well, it's close. So, it's still not a tablespoon. And I gotta put 3 of these in. Well, 3 is the fairy-tale number. I've talked about that in my past posts, right? You have to have 3. 3 is the fairy-tale number. Don't tell me I'm going to be scrounging around for salt. Well, you know why? Because I blessed all the windows and all the 4 corners of my house with salt. So I used up some salt. That's what you do when you're doing purification. All right, almost at the very top, so that one goes in. Okay. We'll see how many I get out of here. Whatever I get, God gave me, all right? I'm not going to worry if it's 3. I'm changing the magic on this one. Because I don't know if I have 3 tablespoons of salt. All right, this is taking a while. All right, let me get on with it, okay? And then we can both work on this on our own time, because I want to do a meditation here. You're going to stir in 3 tables of salt, right? Tablespoons of salt. It's kind of addicting. All right, I got to take a break. Let's see how much. Wow, now I don't even want to get any little tiny bit on the table here, because it's so precious. So you need to know that salt. Salt is very, very precious, right? It decontaminates our homes. Okay, I gotta do more on the second one. All right, so then what you're gonna do is you're gonna be stirring in here, right? And you're gonna let the salt dissolve, and as it dissolves, you're gonna put in your intentions for 2026. So I like to put in my predictions. So my predictions so they can manifest because they're good predictions. Repurpose. And then you should see these manifest like in the year, right? Repurpose housing. And then the examples are malls, department stores, you know what I really like? I really like the repurposing of restaurants because there's already a kitchen built in, you know? And if that what would you say? If that restaurant, right, folded, why not give a homeless family that can cook and get them, you know, not just, I don't know if they're here legally or not, you know, so that would depend on what to do here. But wouldn't that be amazing if you say, we'll give you legal citizenship if you cook in this place and if they want to cook, right? That's the thing. If they have to be clean and all this, right? So, but that would give another, so I'm going to put that down. So let's call that defunct restaurants. So look, and how could we forget this? Empty office buildings. Now, those are some of my favorite conversions because they already have bathrooms. You know, they already have bathrooms down the hall. The only thing, they would have to repurpose it, maybe change some of the offices into showers. And they would have to pay to go in and out of the shower, maybe a quarter or something like that. Okay, but that they would have their own private room. So I think office buildings, and all office buildings have electric. So I don't know, I think empty office buildings, because you already have keys to the doors and everything, so you got to think of all this. So that would be one of the ones that I'm going to stir into the salt water. So while I'm stirring here, and I know I got to get more salt in here. Then you come up with your next manifestation. So what else do you want to manifest in 2026, right? What else do you want to manifest? I think love, right? Love is the highest vibration there is for everyone. You know, love could be, you know, abundance, right? Love could be abundance. So some people need financial abundance, and some people need to have a tiny house. These big houses are kind of passé. You're going to have all these people leaving California because they are not going to live where this place is rock and rolling. I would get out where I had a chance. I mean, you might survive it if it breaks off and becomes an island and slowly drifts away from the mainland. I mean, that would be the most peaceful way to transform. But if it doesn't transform that way, what if it flips? You know, I don't know. I just think that we're getting warnings right now, and it's up to us whether we want to listen to those warnings or not. We're being led right now, and I'm going to put this down for 2026. Okay, so another thing that I want to see, so repurpose housing, right, that was one of them, and then I put in my examples. So what else did I say? Oh, more women coming to power. So let's pray for all these females that are coming to power. In a good way. Because you got Saturn moving into Aries, that's leadership, right? That's the head, right? Hopefully the head is not like an angry warrior. Hopefully this is a new age. This is the Aquarian age. So hopefully when Saturn moves into Aries, you know, it's going to bring in like amazing, you know, transformation into governments. Because governments are ruled by Saturn, right? So Saturn is the structure. How do you want to structure your communities, right? So hopefully women will have this power. They'll be fair-minded. They'll be logical. You know, women, what's good about women, they can multitask. Guys, I think, have a harder time with it. I guess it depends on the person. I shouldn't really say that. But I think just because women are, you know, they were the ones that would forage for the food, where the men were the hunters, right? And the women were the gatherers. So interesting, right? We might come back to that too. So maybe grow some berry bushes in your backyard. And I see that coming too. I'm going to put down that as a prediction and what to come. Let's grow, instead of just growing decorative bushes, I think people want to grow berry bushes. Why not have berry bushes, right, all over, that people could just eat from them when they need to? So I don't know. So then you take these, let me write down love on here too. And then you put your name. All right, so that's what you do. I still have to add more salt to this. And then I think I'm going to just fold it up and put it in there like a little package doo-doo here. It'll probably take longer to dissolve though. And then you just put it in the water. I might have to add more water and more salt. But, you know, you're not going to be perfect the first time you do this. So just allow it to let the high frequency of salt, you know, purify and manifest whatever you have coming. So with that, and then, okay, so there's one more thing with this. You cover it. So just cover it up. And then let it sit for 24 hours. And that's how you do that manifestation. So I hope you enjoyed that. So let's do a clearing and a quick meditation. And I got to turn my oven on. Ugh. So it's a high moon day. It's a full moon in Cancer. Go Cancers, go. Go Cancers, go. Let all the negativity, we're still in stripping the snake, the skin of the snake. So it's a good time to eat skin, like salmon skin. What is it? They say chicken skin. I need my piece of fried chicken. So yeah, they say this is a good day. They say do not eat chicken on New Year's Day because you'd be scratching for the rest of your year for money. But you can eat chicken today. So I think we should get our knees warmed up. So let's just clear out. So, I just want to make one comment here. So let's just let the energy come out of our bottom of our feet because it's a high emotion day. Visualize, not pretend. I guess you could pretend. Kids pretend all the time. Okay, you want to visualize all that energy coming out of your feet, right, and into the ocean. And now it's going to come up your feet, and just visualize whatever color you want. I like this color. This bayberry candle. First of all, it smells really good, and it's also good for healing. The green is really, you want to increase abundance in your life, wear a lot of green. Eat a lot of green. It's good for healing, too. I'm going to do some light treatment on my knees later. That infrared stuff does work. You have to research it, though. All right. So let me see again. Okay, we're still clearing the feet a little bit, so maybe just move them up and back a little bit, like you're rocking on a seesaw. Oh, this chair is so hard for me. I can't believe these are restaurant chairs, because you would think with restaurant chairs they want your butt to be nice and comfortable, so you sit there and eat. Gotta have the right atmosphere. So we're clearing the heart right now. Ooh, let me move this over. Wow, that's really good. Okay, hold on. Okay. And clearing the feet again. So let's think of the color. I don't know. I'm going to pull pink up my legs and then just manifest it out. Oh God, that's another thing I have to clean is my chandelier. There's like 100 crystals on the chandelier. Do I still want to do that? I had to have it. I had to have all the electricity in it restrung. But the guys were great, I just like to find somebody who would clean that instead of me. I used to be able to climb up there and do all that. And then when you get older and less mobile, you can't do it, right? All right, so from our heart... I want you to listen to LaDonna. I posted her on Facebook. So look at my Facebook posts. Her music is for healing. And I told you, God's been telling me about a violin lately, and I go, I don't know if I want to play a violin, and you got to put it on your neck, and you got to. I don't think I'm a violin person, but he kept sending these messages about violin, and I didn't know what they were. And then he introduced me to LaDonna, and I don't know where she is in the country right now. Man, I'd like to host her. I'd like to have a revival meeting in my backyard. So what I'm thinking of doing in my backyard, and we are going to meditate, so I am going to come in here and take this one crystal. I'm going to take the pink one. Because the pink one is so nice for... I can never tell if this is salt or rose quartz. I guess there's only one way you do it is you taste it. So this is salt. So this is a salt crystal. So now I have enough salt to put into the water. I just have to smash it up. All right. See, when you ask for something, it gets manifested. All right, so let's do our meditation. I'm going to choose the sacral crystal. And I'm going to choose this one. This one has a lot of, not pyrite, what's that called? Ruby? Ruby. Flexa ruby. The only thing I like about this seating arrangement, it always blows on my candle. You know. I'm just going to let that burn there for a little while because it's not in the wind anymore. Yeah, that always works with kids, right? When they're angry at somebody, you have to play a game with them. You have to interact. So, I don't know what happened now. The phone is, no one's called me. Alright, so, we don't know what's going on, right? In the family zone. But I want to send abundance and love and prayers for all your families out there that are going through so many challenges at this time. You know, we're all letting go a little bit of karma. It's hard. My friend cracked her ribs. I cracked a tooth. I mean, sometimes it happens on a physical level. I never wish for that, but I'm glad it was only a little bit of a tooth and my nerve wasn't exposed. So if God is going to make me pay karma with a cracked tooth, thank God He made it easy on me. All right, so I'm going to put this in my back, my lower chakra, because that's what I'm trying to heal too. Yeah, you know, you can put stones around whatever you're trying to heal. Just don't forget they're there so you don't sit down on them, especially if they're sharp and pointed. So we're just going to meditate here. I have to play this one more time here. It's called A Winter Wonderland. A lot of you are... You know, it kind of reminds me of when my mom took me when I was little, because she was psychic and my grandmother was psychic, come from a psychic family. She took me to my first mediumship. Well, actually, he was a channeler. I was like 13 or 14, and he had this Native American photo on the wall, and he says, if you look at the wall, look at the picture on the wall with the Native American's eyes, and they seem to move around the room. So I don't know. So I was looking at this Native American guy, try to meditate on his eyes, and then he goes into this full-blown trance. Well, yeah, I guess it was kind of a trance because he doesn't know. He channeled this entity. I don't even know who he channeled. But he channeled an entity that was positive. And he said, you're going to be a surgeon. So I guess I'm kind of a surgeon. When you do acupuncture, it's kind of like micropuncture, right? It's like you're doing acupuncture, you're doing surgery, but you're doing it on an acupuncture level. And don't ever forget about wet cupping. Wet cupping is amazing. Especially if you have chronic inflammation and your joints are killing you. You need wet cupping. Like, I feel like right now I should do more infrared on my knees, but it's been helping me a lot. So I might even buy a couple of those infrared machines that you put on your knees. Try it out, you know, why not? All right, so let's get into meditation here. And whatever you wrote down for your abundance, you know, why should I even bother to grind this? All I have to do, you know what to do, salt and water. There we go. Got enough salt in there to dissolve any paper and transmit the vibes, right? Yeah, it's my favorite little cup from China. And then it's chipped. I couldn't believe it got chipped. I wonder if I did that. I don't know. So then cover it up, right? And allow it to... sit overnight. You know, and if you think of something later, just write it down on another sheet of paper and deposit it later, right? All right, so let's do our meditation here, because then I want to go and turn the oven on. I'm going to cook a turkey leg. I have to figure out how many hours to cook it for. I figure if it's about 5 pounds, maybe an hour and a half, 90 minutes. I want to put it on slow roast though. All right, that's so much better. Okay, finally, Lord. Okay. All right, here we go. So allow whatever color you pick to come in through the bottom of your feet. Just let it rise up your spine and go across the top of your head. And then just go like in your Ferris wheel. Go around in your Ferris wheel. So actually, the cosmic orbit is like two arcs, right? Two circles. The way I see it, it's like got the center, the Ferris wheel on, and then it's got the merry-go-round. So you're in like different orbits, right? But as you're going around in these orbits, just stay focused on the center. And right now, that's in our sacroiliac joint, the one that looks like that beautiful crystal triangle. And then, like I said, you're going to feel like your hands start to awaken. Yeah, I liked in those Baptist churches, they go, hallelujah, they put their arms up. And actually, that's an acupuncture stance. I should find that picture for you. But you put your hands up like that, and then all the chi starts to come down inside your body, right? Because there are channels in your fingers, too, not just in the top of your head. So I like that one. I probably have it somewhere over there. I'll have to dig it out. I'm still getting organized. I did do some papers, and now I did more. All right, so whatever your intention was that you put in your salt water, or that you're going to put in your salt water, let's all put in that frequency of love and joy for all of us, right? Let's do it for all of us, and that's going to make the orbit even stronger, okay? So like I said, you might feel yourself spinning to the right or the left or vibrating. So wherever your balance is, wherever the Holy Spirit is moving through you, that's what's being healed now. And then when you feel like you have enough chi in your fingers, right? Just put it wherever you need healing. Maybe you want to have less wrinkles in your face. You want to have a tighter jawline. Maybe you get headaches. You need to correct eye problems, sinus problems. Just put your hands wherever you need it for healing. I'm working on the knees right now. My legs have been getting better. I can stand longer. And they're not locking up as much. So you have to look for little changes like that, like the breakthroughs, right? There's always when you're praying and you're meditating and you're allowing yourself to be around positive people and love and joy, you will start to heal from the inside out. Okay? All right, we're going to do one last meditation for the fire people in Switzerland and for Mexico, the earthquakes. And now there's a big earthquake down around oh my God, one of my favorite places on earth, the Caribbean, like St. Martin. It didn't look, well, I'm sure St. John felt it. That was a huge earthquake. So let's pray for wisdom when it comes to where we're living. The pros and cons of where you live. Remember, today is a full moon in Cancer. So, according to different astrologies, it might not be in Cancer, but that's what I've learned. It's in Cancer today. It's the 3rd. It's a very powerful day. So wherever that moon is, just feel into it and allow yourself to heal. Because the full moon it's shining a light on you. You know what I'm really wanting to know? I haven't done it yet, though, but you think I should look at it anyway? I want to do a tarot reading. And I could do it right now. I just have to go get the cards. I haven't laminated them yet. So they're kind of hard to shuffle. But you guys don't care, right? Okay, so let me just move this over. And I'm going to go get the pack of cards. All right, I'm going to get a pack of cards. And I'll let you, hold on, let's see. I got to get the turkey leg in the oven. All right. I'm going to post this for some of my teacher friends, so I'm going to get the cards. I want to do a tarot reading. If you're not interested, you don't have to stick around. But if you're interested, I want to do it on that dentist and his wife, where the children were left alive. So, but you can look at this, and you might want to make this for the kids at school before you go back. This is for the teachers out there. Now, it's not the year of the dog anymore, right? It's going to be the year of the fire horse. So I wrote this. Let me just show you this one thing I wrote here. So it says, welcome to the year of, and then you would put in fire horse, right? And then this kit will help you through 2026. A rubber band to remind you to be flexible with your teachers and peers. I should say parents. Okay, then you have a paper clip to keep, what does it say? To keep situations together, right? No matter how tough they are, papers together so they don't go wrong. And then a piece of candy to take the bitterness with the sweet. And then a bandage to heal any problems or cuts that you feel during the year. And a penny to help you remember you are a valuable person. So, I mean, I did that for my kids, and then I made the little kit up, right, with the bandit. You don't have to use a candy cane or so artificially colored. But, I mean, put in something healthy, like, right? And then maybe put in the bandit and just change it. But I thought that was kind of cute, right, for my kids at school. So I hope you like that. For all the teachers out there. All right, let me go and get those cards. So I want to do a tarot reading on a dentist and his wife, because I'm picking up certain things and I might be wrong. It's just going to be a short reading. It's not going to be like one of my, although it could be one of my more extensive readings. If I get my chart here. Yeah, I think this is a good time for everyone to like pull together here. You know, I really think it's so important right now. You know, let the past be in the past. All right, so I'm going to get these cards over here, and we're going to do a little read. You know, it's good I cut them out, because those are the ones I have laminated. I probably need to cut even them out, too, by turning them. All right. It's such a peaceful day today, praise the Lord. There's so many people going through so many trials and tribulations right now. It's like I feel like we're in the second coming right now. I don't know, a lot of people feel like that. And then somebody sent me a really kind of crappy chat message that she thought I should stop praying to the Blessed Virgin Mary, and I will never do that. I will never stop praying, because she's the mother of Jesus. She's the X chromosome. There was no Y chromosome. Without the Blessed Virgin Mary, Jesus would not have taken on the human form, right? So we have to look at that. So, was he from another galaxy? That's the star-spangled question, right? Is Jesus an intergalactic? And there are times, and I think he is. I mean, I think that everybody kind of embellished him, right, to be connected only with certain churches, right? Look at how many churches came about. It's crazy, right? People created all these ideologies. All right, so we're going to do a tarot card reading. If you're not interested, then sayonara, baby. I'm interested. So we're going to do one. All right. Oh, it's Family Day. Family days are kind of rough. Okay. Going through a lot of changes right now. Yeah, burning my bayberry candle down to the bottom. Oh, okay. So yeah, these were made by what's her name? 1111? So they were both assaulted, we know that. Attack, trauma, injury. Wow, that's the first one I opened up. Okay, a question I wanted to know is this a triangle? Because that's kind of what I've been feeling. I kind of been feeling that this is a triangle. And that it was somebody, I mean, I hate to say it, and I hate to put this out there, but there is a university there. Young women running all around, having the time of their life, because a lot of them are not paying attention to the signs right now. They're dangerous right now. There's dangerous signs right now, so they have to pay attention to what's going on. So let's see, was this a triangle? I know I'm Snoopy, right? Well, look behind. You look behind what, a 1 and a 4-year-old, a 2 and a 3-year-old? I don't know. They don't have the ages straight. But that first policeman that went out to that house, he should have been reprimanded. Because he should have kept banging on that house. He should have known there were kids in there. They had kids. And he should have been banging on that house until the kids... he's the one that probably woke the kids up. I don't know. All right. That's so attack, trauma, injury, definitely. You know that. All right, so is this a triangle? Ooh, possibility, yes. That's supposed to be a yes. Oh my God. Yeah, that's a yes. Outside, there was an unknown stalker. Okay. So we still don't know. I don't know if I'll get a thing in here to show if it's male or female. Because I may have to use other cards, right? Here, hold on a minute. Ugh. Let's go into my cache of cards here, guys. I turned this whole area into cards. I mean, I really did. This is amazing. Now I can see them. Right? I can see them over here. So, I'm going to get a different pack of cards. Don't tell me they're still not the ones that I want. Oh, Lord. I'm still not done organizing. I'll tell you, folks. I'm still not done organizing. All right. I'm dragging out another pack here. Oh, yeah, this is where they are. See, I still don't have all these, displayed. So actually, you're motivating me to get this stuff out. This is what happens when you move stuff around, right? Right. Alright. This, I don't know what I'm dealing with. These have to be laminated too. Alright, so yeah, so the first officer that went to that house, he should have knocked harder. He should have known that there were kids involved in the family. You knock, you keep knocking till you get some kind of response. Because if she wasn't around, right? She wasn't answering. Ugh. Where were the kids, right? That's the first thing you do. Oh, there's no kids at the grandparents, there's no kids at the daycare. Bang on that door till somebody cries, right? They could have woke up the kids. Kids could have been sleeping. I'm sure the kids saw what happened. They probably heard what happened and woke up. They heard the gunshot go off. Sad case, right? Kids are smart. 3-year-old? Come on, man. The 1-year-old might be still in La La Land pretty much, but those babies are smart now. Don't underestimate the power of a child. They can draw pictures. Alright, so you know what I'm doing. I'm going in here. I still didn't answer my question about if this is a triangle. So I'm getting out these other cards now. I mean, I'm just saying, there's a university right there. All these beautiful women. You know what I mean? I mean, it looked like a picture-perfect family, but a lot of these picture-perfect families are disasters. So we don't really know. I mean, they look happy, they look joyous, right? But times are different now. People are working on their gut-level stuff right now. This is the shedding of the skin of the snake. It's not over. So, was this a triangle? Let me get back on track here, right? I'm going to order some food from Whole Foods. Get some champagne. I didn't even celebrate. I didn't even have a glass of champagne on New Year's. So it's a full moon. I'm celebrating today. I'm going to order a bunch of food, celebrate. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Here it is. Somebody wanted to get away. Ooh. A little bit too much juggling, huh? I'm sorry, I don't want to sound cynical here, but this is crappy. What can I say? Somebody wanted to get away but didn't get away. Sorry. Thinking about it but didn't get away. Plans were thwarted. Juggling too many things to juggle, right? Coming out of it though, well, yeah, I guess they came out of it. Both of them, right? Both of them are juggling too much. The Magician. Somebody knew how to work their magic. And that's what some evil people do, whether it's male or female. They charm you. They put on perfume and new lingerie, and they seduce you. You know, especially men that are married, are in a good marriage and are feeling a little shaky. Instead of supporting that man in his marriage, they steal that man from that woman. Oh, Judgment Day. The truth is gonna come out. It's right here under the hand. The yes. You know, I'll show it to you. You can't really see these, right? That's the problem. I'm not good with this. I need a stand. Okay, so let's see what else we get out, right? Let's pull 3 more cards. Curiosity is at its peak. Ooh, she could have got pregnant. Somebody could have got pregnant. Or that could represent, no, it represents the stalker. It's under the stalker outside, unknown stalker. Somebody could have gotten pregnant. I don't think that represents the mom. They lost everything. They couldn't get away. Oh. King of Swords, there's your dentist. Wow. All right, let's I think I want to do another row. I'm sorry. I still don't feel like I think it could have been somebody who was pregnant, see? Unknown outsider. Somebody. Let's ask the question, is this person, the Emperor, is connected with the university? And this came out upside down. Someone who was hidden, but wanted to come up, did not want to be hidden anymore. The moon. Look at that. It's a full moon, too, today. Did not want to be hidden anymore. They wanted to be recognized. No victory there. I'm still want to ask another question here about this outsider. Yeah, it's too bad. All these lives are disrupted. This person needs to sit down and meditate on what they did. He took away the mom, the dad, and the children. So I guess that's my answer. Let me ask again. What about if it's connected with a school? What if it's connected with the School of Dentistry? There's the female queen. Maybe it wasn't a young student. Maybe it was an older student. Maybe she was married too. She's upright. So, my dears, we'll see how this transpires, right? Interesting, right? All right. Love you guys. Stay in your heart.